Adrian, it's been a while. Yeah, hi, it's been a while. It's been about a year. Uh, Tess? Huh? You've become quite the big shot, calling me by name right off the bat. No, I thought it was rude to call you Mrs. Johnson. You're not making any sense. You're still a rude person. Well, no matter what you call me, our relationship as a daughter-in-law and mother-in-law will never change. Huh? A wife listens to what her mother-in-law, the mother of her husband, says. Even if something is white, if I say it's black, it's black. Only when there is correct hierarchical relationship like that, the relationship between mother-in-law and daughter-in-law can be kept on good terms. Excuse me, Tess. Now let's get down to the point of why I contacted you, shall we? I'll go ahead, but I won't take no for an answer. Huh? I've decided to live with you starting today. Huh? What? Living together, you mean you and I? What else could I mean? I've already brought my stuff over, so you'll have to clean up. Oh, before you put the stuff in, clean the room thoroughly. I won't allow you to place my belongings in the dirty room. Oh, you're there already. I thought you would say no if I informed you in advance. Of course I would. Well, that's straight to the point. I told you that I won't take no for an answer, and you just ignored me and talked back. Of course I would talk back. Matt and I divorced half a month ago. Huh? I was planning to change the locks. I had to put it off due to a sudden business trip right after the divorce, but I didn't think you'd force yourself in this time. What are you talking about? Divorce? That's not what I heard. You haven't heard anything from Matt, have you? Because when Matt showed up at my house last week, he had a duplicate key to this house. I see. So, in other words, the number of duplicate keys has been increasing without my knowledge. I thought Matt gave them back to me when we divorced. I wonder who he was making them for. Well, there's no point in talking about that now. Well then, please leave that duplicate key and leave right away. Huh? That house was originally bought in my name. There's no reason for me to live with you. We're not related now. Oh, look what you're saying. You and Matt are divorced? Do you expect me to believe that? It's a fact, that's all. Yeah, I won't listen to such nonsense. You not only disobey my orders, but you try to deceive me with such a joke. No, I'm not joking. Shut up! What kind of attitude is that for a wife to refuse to live with me by telling such a lie? By the looks of things, it's doubtful that you even do your daily housework properly. I think you need to be thoroughly educated. I'm going to live with you from here on, and I'm going to train you old school, so brace yourself. I'm not his wife anymore. I told you I don't even live with him. Besides, this is Matt's house, and as his mother, it's as good as my house. So this is my son's and my house. As long as I, the mother-in-law, live with him, the daughter-in-law is the lowest position in the household. So I'm not his wife. In other words, you are as good as a housekeeper. Get back here within 10 minutes, clean the house and sort out my belongings. If you don't want to be kicked out, come back right away. I told you that the house was purchased in my name. I bought it when I was single, so it wasn't part of the divorce assets. Oh my! There's almost nothing in the fridge. There's almost nothing but condiments. You can't possibly feed your husband a satisfying meal like this. I can see that you usually slack off. Huh? Did you look in the fridge without permission? Since we're going to live together, it's only right that I take a look. I was going to give you a taste of my home cooking for starters. Adrian, pick up some groceries on your way home. I'm on a long business trip, so I just went and emptied the fridge. I won't listen to your excuses. Oh, and I've decided on the room behind the living room. Huh? The door was locked, so I had to break it open, so you can fix it later. Wait a minute. That room? It was in the way of me moving my stuff in, so I had the contractor take away everything that was in there. You mean you threw away everything in the room? Yes, it's fine for a wife's personal belongings to be minimal. Since you weren't coming home anytime soon, I decluttered it for you. Now your room is clean and suitable for me to live in. There's still a little dust and trash, so you better come back and clean up every nook and cranny. In that room, there were all sorts of company-issued computers and photographic equipment. What? Company provided? Sometimes I work remotely when I work in-house. That's what this room was for. What are you doing? It's your fault for not quitting. Huh? I don't understand. If anything happens, you immediately say, work, 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 and now you're in the middle of a business trip? It's no way for a wife to behave, not taking care of her husband, and is instead distracted by her work. What a loser! Please don't change the subject. This is a compensation issue. Compensation? You disposed of company-issued equipment without permission. You'll have to pay for it, won't you? There was some expensive equipment, so I'm sure it's going to be quite a bit of money. You're saying it's my fault? You just said it was your fault for not quitting your job. That's why it's so hard to get pregnant. I wonder when you will give birth to my grandchildren. I'm divorced. You can't expect me to do that. That again! Don't bring up the lie about divorce every second. It's true. I've been telling you all this time and you still don't believe me. You are so full of it. Since we're not getting anywhere, let me summarize. I believe that you will be billed for the cost of the company's equipment at a later date. What? Even if I estimate lightly, it should be at least $10,000. $10,000? Apart from that, I'll be back tomorrow after my business trip. Please repack your belongings for the move by then and get the hell out of my house. Tess, it seems you are still staying at my house. You even changed the locks. How brazen can you be? Just a moment, Adrian. You're sitting around. You're so stubborn and rude. That's a bit much for a wife. I live in my son's house. I'm part of this family. Rather, as the matriarch's mother, you, my daughter-in-law, must show me some respect. You're the lowest-ranking person in the house, and you're so loud and whiny. I will educate you well from here on out. Get out, or I'll call the police. Huh? You still don't believe me, but your son Matt and I are divorced. This is an unchangeable fact. As a matter of fact, his stuff is nowhere to be found in the house, right? Huh? Matt's stuff? You knew which room he was using, didn't you? Now, that room is empty. It's a completely empty space, but you haven't seen it yet. I thought my son should have some privacy. You don't care about my privacy, but you're so sweet to your son. Well, that's why you're sitting in a stranger's house without knowing what's going on, so to speak. It's laughable. It's true. Matt's room, there's really nothing. What on earth does that mean? If you really got divorced, I'd be the first to hear about it. I'm his mother. The truth is, Matt said he would tell you in his own time, so I kept quiet. I don't think it's going to end without an explanation under the circumstances, so I'm going to say it. What? The cause of my divorce from Matt was his affair. Cheating? He got back together with his ex-girlfriend from school. If you doubt it, I have the report from the investigation I ordered from the private detective agency. And I'm sure you can check with the municipal office to see if he's divorced or not. Oh no! Then where is Matt now? He's broke from paying me alimony, and he got fired from his job. It looks like he moved into his ex-girlfriend's apartment. Ex-girlfriend? You don't mean Fran? Oh, you know about his ex-girlfriend? That would make things easier. If you want to talk to Matt, please go there. Not that woman. What? That immoral slut? Oh, you know that too. Of course I do. In my hometown, there were a lot of parents unhappy that their sons were used. Huh? I see. I'm sorry to hear that. Then get back together quickly. Huh? They say cheating is a man's worth. And the other party is that toxic woman. It's outrageous that a woman like that should be his wife. You're better than her. If you remarry Matt right now, I'll forgive you for your rudeness. You don't have to forgive me. Cheating on your wife is a one-time offense. There's no way I'd ever get back together with him. If you're serious, you're an idiot. Even if it's a joke, it's a bad one. Well... So please get out of there. Please don't make me say it again. But, I've already canceled the lease on the apartment that I lived in. Huh? I have nowhere to go. I left to live with Matt and you. Tess, the police have arrived. Huh? Adrian! Hey! Where did you go? Why is there a family living here that I don't know at all? Oh, hi. It's been a month. That place is now rented out as a rental property. Rented? So you won't be back here anymore? Don't tell me you're in front of the house. Yes, but I've been in the apartment with Matt and Fran since after I was taken away by the police a month ago. Well, when I asked the two of them to cover the compensation your company charged me with, they suddenly moved out yesterday. They also said that they canceled the apartment contract. I can't imagine, but are you going to ask to move in with me again? Could you please do that for me? You know that sharing a room you hear so much about these days. You know that kind of thing? You're too funny. I'm not joking, I'm serious. It's even more impossible. Why? Your ex-mother-in-law is on the street. Don't you think you can at least take care of her a little? No, I don't. What? Why not? As you said, it's just X. Besides, I'm living in a company dormitory now. Huh? So I can't do anything. Goodbye. Oh no, wait! After that, I immediately blocked her. I had left it as it was, just to keep an eye on her. Tess doesn't know where I work. And since the house and the conditions necessary for living together were no longer in place, I guess I'm safe for the time being. After that, Tess stormed into her ex-husband's parents' house, whom she divorced with more than a decade ago. Apparently, she wanted to get back together with her ex-husband and ask him to support her. I was surprised at the unexpected idea. But there, she found her ex-husband living with his second wife and their children, and she was once again taken away by the police. In the end, she was picked up by her strict brother, a person she really didn't want to be indebted to. She's now working under the supervision of her brother to pay for the reimbursement she was charged by my employer. What are we gonna do? Andrea, oh my God, we're in trouble! Martha, what happened? Our house was robbed! Huh? That's terrible. Did you report it to the police? Not yet, but before I do, I thought I'd check to see if you had any idea what happened. Me? Have any idea? What's missing? Well, the things I noticed. First of all, the dishes are missing. Also, the contents of the closet. Above all, a bank book for an account with $30,000 is missing, along with the bank card. A bank book with $30,000? Does that ring a bell? Oh my God! As soon as you and Roy get divorced, robbers, for God's sake! I can't help but think it's someone who knew our family and wanted to take advantage of the situation. Hey, Andrea, you think so too, don't you? Martha? Could it be that you're talking about the things I took with me? Oh no, so it was you after all. It was right when you left in the divorce, so I thought maybe you might be the one who tried to trick me. And bingo! It turned out to be true. What a nasty woman you are. It was a mistake to let someone like you in the house. No, what's wrong with me taking out my own stuff? What about the Meissen plates? Oh, those are my favorites. The Meissen dishes are mine because I bought them when I was single. What about the big floral dress? And the alligator leather bag? I wanted to use them next time I go out. They're my clothes and bag, so it's only natural that I should take them, right? I'm rather surprised that you wanted to use them without permission. Then what about the $30,000 bank account? That's exactly the money I saved when I was single. It's a bank book in my name. It's not subject to property division in a divorce, so it's only natural that I should take it. What a brazen person! I wonder if you even have a heart. Listen to me, Andrea. Listen to me carefully. It's common sense that once you get married, you should give everything you own to the family. Moreover, this divorce is the result of your failure as a wife. As a way of apologizing, you should leave everything behind. It's not too late to return the money, so come and return it right away. If you return it today, I will not report you to the police. I never agreed to that when I got married or divorced. You understand that the law takes precedence over your own meaningless rules, right? Call the police. Do whatever you want. I don't think they will take you seriously. Well, how dare you insult me, even though I'm your ex-husband's mother? That's enough. I understand. When Roy comes home, I'll show him these messages and we'll take measures to deal with it. You are not only a sneaky thief, but you are also a rude person to your superiors. It's unforgivable. Naturally, I'll have to file a police report as well. You better brace yourself. Excuse me, Martha. May I have a word? What? You're sorry? In the apartment where you are now, the one where Roy and I used to live? Yes, but so what? Why would you be able to get in? I borrowed the key from Roy's key case and had a friend who knows a locksmith make a duplicate key. Then, could it be that I felt things in the house were moving from time to time, or that my cosmetics seemed to be running out fast? Because you had entered the house without our knowledge? It's my son's house. It's only natural that I should have a key. I don't like that kind of thing. I mean, going into a stranger's house without permission? That's a more serious matter to be reported. Do you understand? Don't change the subject. My son's house is like his parents' house. It doesn't matter if you call the police. If you think you can call the police, go ahead and do it. I think you have it all wrong. The apartment was rented in my name when I was single. I only continued to live there after my marriage to Roy. It is not your son's house. I really can call the police. I think you're the one who's going to be arrested for trespassing. Oh gosh! How many times do I have to tell you? Once a wife is married, she is supposed to give everything she has to her family. And that includes this apartment. Therefore, from today, this apartment belongs to Roy. I live here with Roy. It is so sad to be alone, isn't it? Are you reading this message correctly? The apartment is in my name. In other words, it's a lease. The landlord is the original owner, so I can't just go and give it to Roy. There you go again with the trivial details. Oh well, I'm sure Roy himself would like to live with me. No matter what the stupid wife says, I will live here with Roy. Roy will be leaving tomorrow. Huh? The cancellation details have already been completed, so you can only live there until tomorrow. Roy is allowed to come in and out of the room because he has packing to do, but you are out of the question. Please leave immediately. You! Enough of this! You should know your place as a wife. Our divorce is final. I am not his wife. I'll say it again. Please leave us now. Answer, Adrian! In the end, I didn't even call the police. During this message, I called my father-in-law to pick up my mother-in-law. Now here's the story. This divorce was actually Roy's idea. My mother-in-law is still very attached to her son and is also very abusive towards me. In order to get out of the situation, we temporarily divorced and moved to a new house on different days. My mother-in-law's breaking into the apartment was an accident that occurred during the execution of this operation. When my father-in-law went to collect my mother-in-law, she was sitting in the middle of the room with her large amount of luggage. It seems that she was serious when she said she was going to live with Roy. After that, we took all the necessary measures to prevent the new address from being discovered, and the move was completed without incident. It is a secret, of course, that Roy will take my family name after our marriage, LOL.